We are talking about the conditional access risk policies, multi-factor authentication for risky sign-ins, and no network location exclusion, and the importance of read-only mode for auditing. Let's explore how these tools can safeguard your organization and protect your sensitive data from evolving cyber threats. So first, conditional access risk policy we will set up. To set up a conditional access policy, we need to go into the identity portal, intra.microsoft.com. Here under the protection, you will see the conditional access. I have not created any conditional access policy as of now. To start, we need to create a named location exclusion so we can exclude our office location. To exclude, we need to create the country, or you can put the IP range if your office has a public IP. So country locations I have already created, and the country location is already, I excluded the India from this. Now you can see we have created two conditional access policy in a report only mode. I'll walk you through each of the policy one by one. This policy I created required multi-factor authentication for the risky sign-ins. This policy is currently applied to the all user and excluded the current user. Then this policy is applied to all cloud apps. Then the condition is currently is risky sign-in. If it is high, then only it's going to apply, nothing else. And grant control is required multi-factor authentication. What does it means is if risky sign-in is appeared, and if it is detected by Microsoft, then user need to approve the multi-factor authentication. And this is what this policy says. Another policy that we created is a required password change for high risk. If the user is found high risk by the Microsoft, then this policy will kick in. So it's basically currently this policy is applied to all users and all cloud apps. Network is not selected. Conditional access where it is user risk included and it is set to high, and nothing else. And the grant control, it is grant control required password change. So required password change is basically, or the required required multi-factor authentication is already selected, and required password change. So what does it mean? If the user is found high risk user by Microsoft, this policy will kick in and it will ask user to change the password, and also the user need to approve the MFA and need to change the password if this policy kick in. But it's only going to work in action when this policy is turned on. Till the time it's a report only, you can see what are the policies are applied for user sign in and users, and then you can make a decision and then you can turn on this policy. Exclusion that we said already, the network location that we can put from here. Now this policy is specifically for the high risky users. So this network location bypass is not going to work. Under this high risky users, high risky sign in, here you can exclude the known or your office location from this policy not configured. We can just here exclusion, and this like currently it's off, so I'll turn on this policy, include all network and location, and I'll exclude the location that we already set for our office location. So I have set the office location is okay, my office is in India, or if I set the public IP address, then that IP address also I can exclude from this, or your trusted IPs that you set already in the multi-factor authentication portal, that those IP also you can bypass. So allow office location, I'll select this. So if anything is, it will not prompt basically the MFA from my office network or from the India basically right now. So I would not recommend you to exclude your complete or your country completely. I would recommend if you have a public IP, then only specific public IP you only exclude from this. There is no point to exclude the whole country from this, but for this demo purpose I am putting this country Okay, so don't take this in a wrong way. Don't never exclude any country from such a policy. Okay, so yeah, so currently it is in the report only. Once you turn on, this policy will be in the action, and you will see the logs. So how you are going to check the logs is basically when you go to the users, all users, and sign in logs. So now only I'm using the one user account here to log in every time, so you won't see anything. Okay, so yeah, once you go here, there is a conditional access. If any policy is turned on, then all that logs will see here. But if any report only policy conditional access, this policy will appear here. Right now it's not showing because this policy just now created, and I have not re-logged into the any portal after that, since that policy is created, so you won't see. But in the next video I will show you, once I will have a little or some of the logs here created, and then I will show you how this conditional access policy logs you can check, and how you can make a decision, and how you can alter the policy in one of my next videos. Let me take you to the identity protection portal. You can see the identity protection is under the protection tab. Identity protection, this is the dashboard of identity protection. I've created the conditional access rules. These two rules I have created. Then there is a user risk policy, but you can see Microsoft recommend use the conditional access policy to create or manage a high risky policy, and risky sign-in users policy from the Microsoft conditional access policy that we have already done. But otherwise you can create that same policy from here, but Microsoft recommend you should use the conditional access control. Multi-factor authentication registration is basically all your users need to register for the multi-factor authentication, so they should have the mobile number and the alternate email registered to reset their password. So it will helpful for the self-service password reset. And then there is a report risky users. If any users you find risky, then all these users you will see right here, and then based on the users you can take an action, like a confirm user is a compromised, confirm user is a safe, and dismiss the user risk. And the same goes to risky sign-in. And then there is an important action is user at risk detection alert. You need to set up this. By default all your global admins and the security admins will get this notification, but if you want to add any specific email ID, then you can put here, and that notification will go out if the risk is detected high. Okay, if it is medium and above, then medium and high will kind of alerts you will receive. So this is all from the identity protection, and you should have this activated, and this alert notification is activated.